I don't have an official update on the injuries yet. I'll have to let you know on that here later today or tomorrow. But we have a number of guys in the training room that are sore. Obviously very disappointed in the outcome of the game. Proud of our guys for the effort that they gave. There were some really good individual efforts. Jared Cook, among others. I thought Jalen Richard came off the bench, made some great plays. Marshawn had a great touchdown run. Credit the Rams. They're a good football team. We have areas that we have to improve, and that's obvious. I'll answer any questions I can.
What does Carl Joseph need to do to get on the field more?
Well, he's going to get on the field more. It's just a matter of time. It's our first game. I don't want to read too much into it. The Rams are a diverse, complex offense. We chose to go with a unit that we felt gave us the best chance. But you'll see more and more Carl here in the coming weeks.
What did you think of Colton Miller and Donald Penn when you looked at them?
Thought they did well. I was really pleased. I don't know how many times we threw it officially, but pass protection against that outfit was good. They gave us a lot of different looks, a lot of different blitzes. They have some formidable people inside, hard to block. We had some good looks in the passing game. I wish we got more out of it.
Coach, yesterday Derek said that the loss felt different with you as his coach. What was that conversation post-game like with him?
Losses all feel painful, especially Monday night losses when you have to get up and get ready for another team like Denver. But put a lot into it. We put a lot of time into this. I thought he was on his way in the first half. He's 20 for 24, I read, doing some really good things. I heard a skunk got loose in our tunnel. I think that's what screwed us up a little bit. But I don't have any doubts that Derek Carr is going to be great. I can't wait to get started and get ready for the Broncos.
When you watched the film of him, the second half last night, if you jump out watching the film, you mentioned he was so sharp in the first half. The second half, not quite.
Yeah, there's a few plays that uncharacteristically, he wasn't at his best, but, sometimes you have to credit Wade Phillips. You have to credit the defense. They gave us multiple looks. They have some talented people out there, and it's just disappointing. But I think knowing how good Derek is, it gives us hope that we can get it all solved.
Marshawn was on the field last night for less than 30 snaps and had I think he had 11 carries. Was that a reflection just of how the game was going? And would you prefer to get him more involved?
A little bit. One of the matchups that we tried to utilize last night was our halfback Richard against their young linebackers inside, and Jalen did a great job. Jalen's a really good receiving back now. I don't want to discount that. Marshawn was awesome in the first series. He had a little bout of sickness there on the sideline, so we put him in the garage for a minute. And we've got three really good halfbacks that are up, and they're all going to play a part in the game plan. They're all completely different runners and receivers, and the situation sometimes will call for a different back.
With Tank Carradine being inactive, was he banged up or was that a coach's decision?
That was a coach's decision. I believe we dressed 8 defensive linemen. We got beat up last night. We lost some men. Justin Ellis hurt his ankle. P.J. Hall hurt his ankle. If you look out there, you see Frosty Rucker playing nose tackle. We were depleted inside. It's tough on us. But there's a good chance to see more Tank this week.
Bruce Irvin only played about half the snaps. Is there something physical with him, or is that just the way it went?
No, we're again, it was our first game. And hopefully you'll see a little bit more Bruce this week, but trying to keep him fresh, trying to keep him in positions that do what he does best.
There was a few instances last night, the Marshawn touchdown, I think Cook caught a ball behind, wasn't quite to the stake, and he just fought his way past it. There was one, I think Seth Roberts did one too. Was that kind of the effort you were looking at in terms
I was excited. I was really proud of our guys. Jared Cook, he was awesome last night. He made some tremendous plays. He really did. He's been that way since I've been here. He's really playing good football for us. Seth Roberts, it's really the first time I got to see Seth for a prolonged period of time. I'm excited about some of the things that he did. And, those are great individual efforts that you're proud of. It's just too bad they went for naught in a tough loss.
You look at the film, were there plays to be made on the outside to the receivers, or were those guys?
Yeah, a couple times. There were a couple times. We had a big play that Amari called back. We had 100 yards of penalties in the first half. But yeah, there were some opportunities to get the ball to Amari, certainly. And again, a big part of that game plan last night was Jared Cook against their safety and our halfback against their linebackers. That's the way their coverage was played, and those are the matchups that we really primarily targeted. But we did have some opportunities to get our wide receivers involved.
What do you think about your cornerbacks play?
You know, I thought Gary Conley, for the first time playing football in a long time, I thought he did some really good things. I was pleased. And obviously Melvin, the PI, the PIs are not good. Got to play the ball in flight better. And we got to make sure we get him some help over the top in some of those situations. But it's still a work in progress. I thought Leon Hall did a really good job as our nickel. Made some really good competitive plays, physical tackles against a great back. But we have to improve. There's no question.
Peyton Manning told us during training camp that your standard line to him was, "I haven't lost a game in 10 years," and he would say, "Yeah, but you haven't won one either."
Yeah.
But does the loss feel the same?
Yeah, they feel the same. It stinks. You know, it's not very fun. But we have work to do. It's obvious. We got work to do. And we're going to build this football team back, and it might not happen tonight, but we're going to keep laying bricks. We got a great group of guys, and we'll get ready for the next battle.
You said you didn't have anything concrete on injuries, but are you going to need a new long snapper?
Yes, I believe so. You know, that was tough losing our long snapper on the very first punt. And Lee Smith came in. I don't think fans knew it. I don't know if the Rams knew it. But he fired it back there fairly accurately and let us execute. So credit to Lee Smith. But
Johnny Townsend too, that he's had a left-footed kicker, a right-footed kicker. Mike Nugent comes in, he's had multiple long snappers.
yeah, it says a lot about Townsend. You know, I thought he handled the adversity pretty good for a rookie player on Monday Night Football. I thought he did some good things.
Is that it, guys? Do you have any clarity as to who your next long snapper will be?
I don't have any clarity. We have a bunch of guys coming in. I didn't get home till late last night, and I think we have several candidates in the process of being worked out.
Jared Cook, he not only set the Raiders franchise record for most receiving yards by a tight end, that followed what he's done the previous stops in his career. He's the franchise record holder in LA for the Rams, in Nashville for the Titans. What does that say about him to be capable of setting 3 different franchises record for most receiving yards by a tight end in the game?
Says he's pretty good player. You know, I just like the way he works, competes. You know, I think the thing that was missed in the statistics, I don't get caught up in all the yards and fantasy stuff, honestly, but the way he competed for every one of those yards, running through tackles, you know, diving for another foot, diving for another yard. That's what I love about him.
Coach, diving a little deeper into the rookies on defense, Arden Key, P.J. Hall, Maurice Hurst, what do you see now after watching them in week 1 that they should really focus on leading up to the Broncos?
They keep getting better. That was their first game. You know, they played a lot of football. I think we talked about Hurst and we talked about Hall coming in here being very good inside pass rushers. Last night, they had to defend a run probably more than they had expected when Justin got hurt particularly. But they got to keep improving. They got to keep improving. They got to keep seeing schemes, keeping their pad level down, using their hands better, just improving. And we got to get Arden Key some better looks. You know, when they run all those jet sweeps, there's a lot of eye candy out there. It's tough. It gets your eyes off your initial role, which is to rush the passer. There was a lot of play action last night. It's hard when you're faking the ball to Todd Gurley to cut loose a rush. So we got to keep getting them some looks. All 3 of those guys got to roll their fists up, keep fighting. It's going to be a tough year, as it is for every rookie.
What was the process just throughout the week to identify who your gunner would be opposite Dwayne Harris, and how did Hatcher ultimately take that job?
Well, it's just been what we've done on the practice field. You know, we have only so many candidates that can serve that role now. We had a number of candidates available in the preseason. Right now, when you put your inactives down, you've only got a select group to choose from. So Hatcher got the first run at it last night. We'll see what happens this week.
Brandon LaFell just not.
Not quite ready. You know, he's only been here 4 or 5 days. Edgar Bennett's a good coach, but you know, it's tough to cram all of that stuff that he has to know, backing up Jordy, backing up Amari, going in as the third for Seth. A little too soon for him. He has upside. Hopefully we can get him up here soon.
We saw DRC come in for a couple different series at corner. Is he going to be possibly pushing some of those guys who are in starting roles?
Yeah, I think so. I think he is. He's another guy that we signed late. He may have had a pick six, but the ball was batted down. He had a couple really good tackles. He broke on the ball well. Got a real big history in this league. He's had a lot of production in a lot of different cities and for different defenses. And I think he's picking up the system, and he's going to earn the right to be on the field more if he continues to pick it up.
What did you see on that third interception?
Well, obviously there was the last one, the pick six, was some confusion. You know, obviously Derek thought Jared was going to stay on the move, and Jared sat down. So that goes on me. That's coaching. We got to do a better job of defining our routes at times. But you know, when you get behind in the clock and behind in the down and distance and behind on the scoreboard and running out of time, sometimes you make some of those decisions.
The low hit on Derek the first half, any effect on him later on as far as?
You know, I don't know that. I don't know. I know he's sore today. I think Donald got in there and got him low one time. I don't think it was an illegal hit at all, but I don't know that. I don't believe it did, but I'll have to check with him when I see him.
When you look at your receiver core, is there that vertical threat?
Yeah, Coop can get vertical. He can get vertical. You know, there's no question he can get vertical. We'll have to get Amari going this week, and it's easier said than done. You know, when you got Roby and Chris Harris and a fierce pass rush that doesn't let you drop back and let these routes develop. You know, you got guys that can really hum around the edge, and you got to be creative in how you get guys the ball deep, and we're going to have to try to get Amari going.